Okay, so I'm here with Jennifer Barreto with the Center for Sexual and Relational Health. She is an emotionally focused therapist, I believe,
Mhm.
EFT. And in my time with Jennifer and in hearing others speak about her work, uh, she does an incredible amount of work with couples, and I hear wonderful things about it, and especially around emotionally focused therapy. And I wanted to talk with Jennifer for a little bit about attachment and wherever else we went, but especially around attachment and maybe men. So I'll toss it over there to you, Jennifer. You can share a little bit more about yourself if you like, and then we'll dive in.
Yeah, thanks so much, Matt, for inviting me to come on here and share with you and your clients. Again, happy to do so. Um, I primarily work with couples in helping them to heal their relationship attachments. Oftentimes, when there has been a history of any kind of betrayal or trauma that happens in the relationship, there's a repair that needs to happen. Um, and so I help these couples uh, to help repair their attachment bond that has been broken. So yeah, so that's kind of what I focus on in my work.
So tell us a little bit if I know very little of attachment or maybe attachment theory. Can you, in your own words, kind of explain why this is important for men or just in recovery in general?
Yeah. So we, as humans, are created to live in healthy attachment with one another, right? That's how we are naturally wired. And that doesn't happen um, many times uh, for different reasons, whether it's we grew up in an environment where our caregivers didn't know what healthy attachment looked like. And so then how can I know what that looks like? Um, and so oftentimes we bring those maybe unhealthy attachments into our relationships, and we're wanting so much to attach to this person, to our spouse. But again, if I don't have a paradigm of what that looks like, then how can I understand how to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so because we're wired to have healthy attachment with one another, when we don't have that, sometimes we try to substitute that with other things or other people. Um, so, for example, with something like uh, oftentimes, um, I forget who it was, if it was Gabor Mate or somebody else who said that often with addiction, there's always trauma. With trauma, there's not always addiction, right? Um, and so when it comes to something like addiction, when in healing the relationship for the partner, we are replacing the dopamine hit of the addiction with the slow serotonin drip of secure attachment. So
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes, um, clients who maybe have a history of addiction have never experienced secure, healthy attachment. And so then they again try to um, kind of simulate that or find that in other ways, or even try to maybe escape that feeling of loneliness or abandonment through something like addiction. So in EFT, um, I help partners learn to experience that healthy, secure attachment with one another and learn to co-regulate maybe in ways that they've never experienced before, since that maybe was never an option before.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see me looking down, yeah, I'm making notes and questions here. I just want to highlight one of the things you said there, the dopamine hit. So we're replacing the dopamine hit of the addictive attachment
Mhm.
for the slow serotonin drip uh, with connecting with our partner. Is that about right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
secure attachment. There's such healing in when we have healthy, secure attachment, whether it's a child and a parent or uh, spouse to spouse, that when we have that secure attachment, there's safety there, there's security there. We feel like we can be our authentic selves because we trust that we are accepted, that we are loved. And so, again, through EFT and helping partners to create safety and security for one another, as we heal the relationship, that then creates an environment for partners to feel accepted, to feel
Mhm.
understood, to feel valued,
Mhm.
um, for both partners, right?
Mhm.
Because there is a rebuilding of trust there, not just between partners, but even trust with ourselves.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah, between partners
yeah,
and with ourselves. Yeah.
there's such healing for partners um, in experiencing that secure attachment with one another. Um, there's a I was I was reminded of a client. Oh, so when I just a few months ago, I recently finished up working with a couple. They had gone through the full course of EFT, and I always kind of debrief with couples at the end to understand what their experience has been like with me and with EFT. And the husband, who again is very, when we first started working together, very withdrawn, very disconnected from his own emotional experience, had no idea what co regulation looked like, opening up and sharing his emotions, history of addiction there. And he said, um, what he told me was, uh, he said, I learned that I can show up better in a relationship when I'm taking care of myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. I'm better as a partner, when I'm better as an individual. I
Mhm.
didn't know that we could heal together. I thought we had to heal individually first, then we could heal the relationship. Through EFT, we healed the relationship and each other at the same time.
Mhm.
So they
Mhm.
were able to, partners are able to help one another heal individually, not just from what's happened in the relationship, but even from childhood wounds, right?
Mhm.
Even from family of origin stuff, even from relationship wounds from a previous partner,
Mhm.
right? That's the power of secure attachment.
Mhm.